Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Or if you're new here, a very big welcome. I'm Jezen, and I'm thrilled you've decided to join me today for a session that's a little different, but incredibly powerful for your English learning journey. Are you tired of hitting a plateau in your English learning journey? Do you sometimes feel stuck, frustrated, or like you're just not making the progress you want, no matter how hard you try? Well, what if I told you there's a powerful tool, something you already possess, that can help you break through those barriers? Discover how cultivating a positive mindset can unlock your full potential and finally help you achieve the fluency you're aiming for, or perhaps this will intrigue you. Did you know that your thoughts, the very things happening inside your head, can actually impact your English skills? It might sound a bit surprising, but today, we're diving deep into the fascinating link between positive thinking and English fluency, and more importantly, how you can harness this power to your advantage. In this video, we're not just going to talk about positive thinking, we're going to explore why it's so crucial for language learners like you, especially when you're aiming for that B2 level and beyond. We'll look at the science behind it, discuss practical strategies to develop and I can do it attitude, learn specific positive self-talk techniques, and I'll share some everyday tips to cultivate and maintain this positivity. This is more than just feeling good, it's about creating an internal environment that supercharges your learning, boosts your confidence, and makes your journey to English fluency more enjoyable and effective. Plus, as you listen to me today, you're also getting valuable B2 level English listening practice. So, it's a win-win. Are you ready to transform your mindset and, in turn, transform your English? Let's get started. Part 1. Why a positive mindset matters. So, why all this fuss about positive thinking? Why is it so important, especially for learning a language like English? It's not just a feel-good idea, it has real, tangible effects on our ability to learn and perform. Let's break down 3 key reasons. Point 1. The brain-body connection, how positive thinking can reduce anxiety and boost confidence. First, let's talk about the incredible connection between our brain and our body. When you approach English learning or any challenging task with anxiety, fear, or negativity, perhaps you're worried about making mistakes, being judged, or not understanding, your body goes into a mild stress response. It releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Now, in a real danger situation, this fight or flight response is useful. But when you're trying to learn a language, it's counterproductive. This stress can create mental blocks, make it harder to recall vocabulary, and can even cause you to freeze up when you try to speak. You know that feeling when your mind goes blank, even though you know the words? Anxiety is often the culprit. Positive thinking, on the other hand, helps to counteract this. When you cultivate positive thoughts and emotions, your brain releases endorphins and dopamine, chemicals associated with pleasure, reward, and well-being. This doesn't just make you feel happier, it actually calms your nervous system. A calmer state of mind is a more receptive state of mind. When you're less anxious, you're more open to new information. You're less afraid of taking risks, like trying out a new phrase or engaging in a conversation even if you're not 100% sure of your grammar. This reduction in anxiety directly translates to an increase in confidence. And confidence, as we all know, is a huge factor in speaking fluently. You start to believe in your ability to communicate, even if it's not perfect yet. This belief then fuels further positive experiences, creating an upward spiral. Think of it like this: your brain is a garden. If you plant seeds of doubt and fear, you'll harvest anxiety. If you plant seeds of encouragement and belief, you'll harvest confidence and a greater capacity to learn. Point 2. Motivation and effort. Positive self-talk leads to more consistent effort and practice. Next up, motivation and effort. Learning a language to a B2 level and beyond requires consistent, dedicated effort over a long period. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And what fuels this marathon? Motivation. Now, if your internal dialogue, your self-talk, is constantly negative, "I'm not smart enough for this, I'll never be fluent, my pronunciation is terrible," how motivated do you think you'll feel to sit down and study, or to practice speaking? Probably not very. This kind of thinking drains your energy and makes every learning task feel like a chore. It becomes easy to procrastinate, to skip practice sessions, and eventually, to give up. Conversely, positive self-talk acts like a powerful motivational engine. When you tell yourself things like, "I'm capable of learning this, every mistake is a step forward, I'm making progress every day," you cultivate an internal environment that encourages action. You start to see challenges not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities to grow. This positive outlook doesn't mean you won't have bad days or difficult moments. Everyone does. But a positive mindset helps you bounce back quicker. It helps you to reframe setbacks. Instead of saying, "I failed that grammar quiz, I'm useless," you might say, "Okay, I didn't do as well as I hoped on that quiz. What can I learn from this? Which areas do I need to review?" This proactive, positive approach leads to more consistent effort. You're more likely to stick to your study schedule, to seek out opportunities to practice, and to engage more deeply with the learning material. And as we all know, consistent, focused effort is the bedrock of language acquisition. More quality practice equals faster progress. It's a simple but profound equation. Point 3. Improved learning. Research shows positive emotions enhance memory and learning ability. Finally, let's touch upon how positive emotions directly impact your brain's ability to learn and remember. This isn't just wishful thinking. There's a growing body of research in neuroscience and psychology that supports this. Positive emotions, like joy, interest, and contentment, have been shown to broaden our attention and cognitive abilities. When you're in a positive emotional state, your brain is more flexible, more creative, and better at problem solving. This is incredibly relevant for language learning, which involves understanding complex grammar rules, recognizing patterns, and creatively using vocabulary to express yourself. Moreover, positive emotions are linked to enhanced memory formation and retrieval. Think about it, you're more likely to remember things you learned in a pleasant, engaging environment than in a stressful, anxiety-ridden one. When learning feels like a positive experience, the information tends to stick better. Dopamine, which we mentioned earlier, plays a role in motivation but is also crucial for memory consolidation. So, when you're feeling good about your learning, you're literally creating better conditions for your brain to store and access new English words, phrases, and grammar rules. So, to sum up this part, a positive mindset isn't just about feeling happy. It reduces learning anxiety, boosts your confidence, fuels your motivation for consistent effort, and actually makes your brain work better when it comes to learning and remembering English. It's a foundational element for success. Part 2. The "I can do it" attitude. Alright, now that we understand why a positive mindset is so beneficial, let's talk about how to cultivate that "I can do it" attitude. This is about actively shaping your thoughts and beliefs to support your English learning goals. Point 1. Challenging negative thoughts, recognizing and replacing limiting beliefs with positive affirmations. The first step in building an "I can do it" attitude is to become aware of the negative thoughts and limiting beliefs that might be holding you back. We all have them. These are those little voices in our head that whisper doubt and discouragement. Common negative thoughts for language learners include, "My accent is terrible, no one will understand me. I always make stupid mistakes. I'm too old/too busy/not smart enough to learn English fluently. I'll never reach B2 level, it's too difficult. Native speakers will laugh at me." The key is to first recognize these thoughts when they pop up. Don't judge them, just observe them. Acknowledge that the thought is there. Once you've identified a negative thought, the next step is to challenge it. Ask yourself, is this thought 100% true? Is there any evidence to the contrary? Is this thought helpful? Does it motivate me? Or does it drain my energy? What would I tell a friend who had this thought? Often, you'll find that these negative thoughts are exaggerations or are based on fear rather than fact. The final, crucial step is to replace the negative thought with a more positive and empowering one, a positive affirmation. For example, instead of, my accent is terrible, no one will understand me, try, my accent is part of who I am, and I am working on clear pronunciation. Many people understand me, and I'm improving every day. Instead of, I always make stupid mistakes. Try, mistakes are a natural part of learning. Each mistake helps me learn and grow. I am learning from them. Instead of, I'll never reach B2 level, it's too difficult. Try, reaching B2 level is a challenge, but I am capable and committed. I am taking consistent steps towards my goal. This process of recognizing, challenging, and replacing negative thoughts takes practice. It's like exercising a muscle. The more you do it, the stronger your positive thinking muscle becomes, and the easier it will be to maintain that I can do it attitude. Point 2. Setting realistic goals. Break down your learning journey into manageable steps. The idea of English fluency can sometimes feel like a massive, overwhelming mountain to climb. If you only focus on that distant peak, it's easy to feel discouraged and think, I'll never get there. This is where setting realistic, manageable goals comes in. I can do it. Attitude is much easier to maintain when you're achieving small, regular successes. So, break down your big goal of fluency or passing B2 into smaller, specific, and achievable steps. These are often called SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, instead of a vague goal like, I want to improve my English, try something like, this week, I will learn and practice 20 new B2 level vocabulary words related to technology. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound, I will practice speaking English with a language partner for 30 minutes, twice this week. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound, I will watch one 10-minute B2 level news report in English without subtitles and try to summarize the main points by the end of this week. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. When you set these smaller, attainable goals, each time you achieve one, you get a little boost of confidence. You prove to yourself, yes, I can do this. This builds momentum and reinforces your positive attitude. It makes the journey feel less daunting and more like a series of achievable milestones. Remember, the aim is progress, not perfection. Setting unrealistically high goals can lead to frustration and reinforce negative beliefs if you don't meet them. So, be kind to yourself, set goals that stretch you but are still within reach, and watch your I can do it attitude flourish. Point 3. Celebrating progress. Acknowledge your achievements, no matter how small, to stay motivated. This ties in perfectly with setting manageable goals. Once you achieve a goal, even a small one, it's incredibly important to acknowledge and celebrate your progress. This is a vital part of maintaining that I can do it spirit. Often, as learners, we're very good at noticing our mistakes and what we haven't achieved yet. We tend to quickly move on to the next challenge without pausing to appreciate how far we've come. This can be demotivating in the long run. Celebrating progress doesn't mean throwing a huge party every time you learn a new word. It can be simple. Acknowledge it mentally. Take a moment to tell yourself, well done. I achieved my goal for today/this week. Track your progress. keep a learning journal or a simple checklist. Seeing your accomplishments written down can be very motivating. You can look back over a month and see tangible evidence of your hard work. Share your success. Tell a supportive friend, family member, or language partner about what you've achieved. Sharing good news can amplify the positive feeling. Give yourself a small reward. This doesn't have to be material. It could be taking a short break, listening to your favorite English song, watching a short, fun English video, or simply allowing yourself to feel proud. When you celebrate your progress, you're reinforcing the positive behaviors that led to that success. You are telling your brain, "This is good, let's do more of this." It creates a positive feedback loop that boosts your motivation, self-esteem, and strengthens your belief in your ability to keep moving forward. So, don't underestimate the power of a little self-congratulation. You deserve it. Part 3, Positive Self-Talk Techniques. That we've talked about the "I can do it" attitude, and a big part of that is the way we talk to ourselves, our internal dialogue. Let's explore some specific techniques for making that self-talk more positive and supportive. Point 1. Using positive affirmations. I am making progress with my English. I am a confident communicator. Positive affirmations are short, powerful statements that you repeat to yourself regularly. They are designed to challenge and overcome self-sabotaging and negative thoughts. When you consistently feed your mind with positive statements, you begin to rewire your thought patterns and build a more optimistic outlook for English learning. Your affirmations should be positive. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. E.g., I speak clearly, instead of, I don't mumble. Present tense, state them as if they are already true. E.g., I am a confident English speaker, not I will be a confident English speaker. This helps your subconscious mind accept them as reality. Personal, use I statements. E.g., I understand English grammar. Believable, at least to some extent, while they should be aspirational. If an affirmation feels completely untrue, it might be hard for your mind to accept. You can start with something like, I am becoming a more confident English speaker every day. Here are some examples of positive affirmations specifically for English learners. I am making consistent progress with my English. I am a confident and capable English communicator. I enjoy the process of learning English. Every day, my English skills are improving. I embrace challenges as opportunities to learn. I understand spoken English more easily each day. My pronunciation is becoming clearer and more natural. I express myself effectively in English. I am patient with myself and my learning journey. I am proud of my efforts to learn English. Asterisk how to use them. Repeat them daily. Say them out loud or in your head, perhaps in the morning to set a positive tone for the day, or before an English study session. Write them down. Keep a list of your favorite affirmations in a journal, on sticky notes around your study area, or as a screensaver. Feel the emotion as you say them. Try to truly feel the emotion behind the words. Imagine the confidence, the joy, the satisfaction. It might feel a bit strange at first, but with repetition, these positive statements can genuinely start to reshape your beliefs about yourself and your English learning abilities. Visualization, or mental imagery, is a powerful technique used by athletes, performers, and successful people in many fields. It involves creating a vivid mental picture of yourself succeeding in your goals. Your brain often has difficulty distinguishing between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. For English learners, this means imagining yourself speaking English fluently, confidently, and comfortably in various situations. Here's how you can practice visualization. Find a quiet place, sit or lie down comfortably where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and relax. Take a few deep breaths to calm Your mind and body create the scene. Imagine a specific situation where you want to use your English. Maybe it's having a smooth, engaging conversation with a native speaker, confidently asking for directions in an English-speaking country, giving a successful presentation in English at work or school, understanding everything in an English movie or lecture. Engage all your senses. Don't just see it, experience it. What do you see? The other person's expressions, your surroundings. What do you hear? Your own voice speaking clear, fluent English. The other person's responses. What do you feel? The confidence, the ease, the joy of successful communication. The comfortable feeling in your body. You might even imagine the positive reactions of others. Focus on the positive outcome. See yourself handling the situation successfully and feeling great about it. Practice regularly. Spend 5 to 10 minutes each day, or a few times a week, practicing. Visualization. This mental rehearsal helps to build your confidence, reduce anxiety about speaking, and programs your mind for success. When you later find yourself in a similar real-life situation, it will feel more familiar and less intimidating because you've already experienced it positively in your mind. It's like a mental practice session. Point 3. Surrounding yourself with positivity. Engage with supportive resources and positive English learning communities. The environment you create around your learning journey plays a huge role in your self-talk and overall mindset. If you're constantly exposed to negativity or discouragement, it's much harder to maintain a positive internal dialogue. Therefore, actively seek out and engage with supportive resources and communities. Positive learning materials. Choose English learning resources, apps, websites, podcasts, YouTube channels like this one, that are encouraging and focus on progress rather than just pointing out errors. Look for teachers and content creators who have an uplifting style as supportive communities. Join online forums, social media groups, or local conversation clubs where learners support and motivate each other. Sharing experiences, challenges, and successes with like-minded individuals can be incredibly validating and uplifting. Avoid communities where people are overly critical or negative. Language partners/tutors. Find a language exchange partner or a tutor who is patient, encouraging, and celebrates your efforts. A good teacher doesn't just teach grammar, they build your confidence. Positive role models. Follow or read about people who have successfully learned English as a second language. Their stories can be inspiring and reinforce the belief that you can do it too. Limit negative influences. This might mean unfollowing social media accounts that make you feel inadequate, or spending less time with people who are critical of your efforts. Protect your positive energy. When you surround yourself with positivity, it naturally seeps into your own thinking. You start to internalize the encouraging messages and feel part of a supportive network. This makes it much easier to practice positive self-talk and believe in your own journey. Part 4. Practical tips for cultivating positivity. We've covered the why and the how of building a positive mindset and using positive self-talk. Now, let's get into some everyday practical tips that you can easily incorporate into your life to nurture this positivity continuously. Point 1. Gratitude practice. Start each day by reflecting on things you're thankful for, even small things. Practicing gratitude is a surprisingly powerful way to shift your focus from what you lack to what you have, fostering a more positive outlook overall. It trains your brain to notice the good things in your life. How to practice gratitude. Keep a gratitude journal. Each morning or evening, write down 3 to 5 things you are grateful for. They don't have to be big things. It could be a sunny day, a helpful YouTube video on English grammar, the ability to learn, a quiet moment to study, or a friend who practiced English with me. Mental gratitude list. If journaling isn't for you, simply take a few moments when you wake up or before you go to sleep to mentally list things you're thankful for. Express gratitude. Make it a point to thank people who help you, whether it's your teacher, a language partner, or even the creator of a helpful online resource when you focus on gratitude, even for small aspects of your English learning journey, like being grateful for the internet that gives you access to so many resources, or grateful for the progress you have made, however small, it changes your perspective. It reduces feelings of frustration and increases contentment, creating a fertile ground for positive learning experiences. This simple habit can have a profound impact on your overall mood and motivation. Point 2. Focus on strengths. Identify your English strengths and build on them for confidence. As learners, it's very easy to get fixated on our weaknesses and mistakes. My grammar is weak, my pronunciation needs work, I can't understand fast speakers. While it's important to be aware of areas for improvement, constantly dwelling on weaknesses can be demotivating and erode your confidence. A more empowering approach is to also consciously identify and focus on your strengths in English. Everyone has them, no matter what stage of learning they're at. Ask yourself, what am I relatively good at in English? Maybe you have a good grasp of vocabulary, or you're good at understanding written English, or perhaps you're brave and willing to speak even if you make mistakes. What aspects of English learning do I enjoy the most? Often, we're better at things we enjoy. What positive feedback have I received about my English? Once you've identified your strengths, acknowledge them. And then, use them. If you have a strong vocabulary, leverage that in conversations. If you're good at reading, read more extensively to pick up new structures and phrases. If you enjoy listening to music, use English songs to improve your listening and pronunciation. Building on your strengths not only makes learning more enjoyable but also boosts your confidence. Success in one area can spill over and give you the motivation to tackle areas that you find more challenging. It helps you see yourself as a capable English learner, rather than someone defined by their weaknesses. Point 3. Embrace mistakes as learning opportunities. See errors as stepping stones to improvement. This is a classic piece of advice, but it's absolutely crucial for cultivating positivity. Change your relationship with mistakes. So many learners are terrified of making mistakes. This fear can lead to silence, avoidance of speaking practice, and a lot of anxiety. A positive mindset reframes mistakes. They are not failures. They are not indicators of your inadequacy. Mistakes are simply an inevitable, natural, and essential part of the learning process. They are feedback. They are signposts showing you what you need to pay more attention to. Here's how to embrace mistakes. Expect them. Know that you will make mistakes. Everyone does, even advanced learners, even native speakers sometimes. Don't dwell on them emotionally. When you make a mistake, try not to get frustrated or embarrassed. Acknowledge it, and then focus on what you can learn. Analyze them, if appropriate. Sometimes it's helpful to understand why you made a particular mistake. Was it a grammar rule you misunderstood? A vocabulary word you used incorrectly? This analysis helps you avoid repeating it. Be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up over errors. Remind yourself that you're learning. See them as progress. If you're making new and different mistakes, it often means you're trying new things and pushing your boundaries, which is a sign of progress. When you stop fearing mistakes and start seeing them as valuable learning opportunities, a huge weight is lifted. You become more willing to experiment with the language, to take risks, and to engage in communication. This courageous, open attitude accelerates your learning far more than trying to be perfect from day one. Remember, every error corrected is a step closer to fluency. Part 5. Maintaining a positive mindset. Cultivating a positive mindset isn't a one-time task, it's an ongoing practice. Just like physical fitness, mental fitness requires consistent effort. So, let's look at some ways to maintain that positivity throughout your English learning journey and beyond. Point 1. Regular self-care. Prioritize sleep, exercise, and healthy eating for a strong Mind-body connection. We touched on the mind-body connection earlier, and it's so important for maintaining positivity that it deserves repeating. Your physical well-being has a direct impact on your mental and emotional state. If you're constantly tired, sluggish, or feeling unwell, it's much harder to stay positive and motivated. Prioritize sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night. Sleep is crucial for memory consolidation, very important for learning, mood regulation, and cognitive function. When you're well rested, you're better equipped to handle challenges and maintain a positive outlook. Move your body. Regular physical exercise, even a brisk 20 to 30-minute walk, releases endorphins, which are natural mood boosters. Exercise also reduces stress and anxiety, improves focus, and increases energy levels, all beneficial for your learning. Eat nutritiously. A balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean protein provides your brain with the fuel it needs to function optimally. Avoid excessive sugar and processed foods, which can lead to energy crashes and affect your mood. Stay hydrated by drinking plenty of water. Think of self-care not as a luxury, but as an essential part of your English learning toolkit. When you take care of your body, you're also taking care of your mind, making it a more receptive and positive environment for learning English. Don't let your studies come at the expense of your well-being. Point 2. Limit negative influences. Minimize exposure to discouraging content and negative self-talk, just as we talked about surrounding yourself with positivity. It's equally important to actively limit your exposure to negative influences. These can be external or internal. External negativity, unhelpful comparisons. Stop comparing your English journey to others. Everyone learns at their own pace and has different strengths and challenges. Focus on your progress. Discouraging content. If certain social media accounts, forums, or even news sources tend to make you feel anxious, inadequate, or pessimistic, consider unfollowing them or limiting your exposure. Negative people. If there are people in your life who are consistently critical or unsupportive of your efforts to learn English, try to create some distance or limit your interactions with them on this topic. Your learning journey needs nurturing, not constant criticism. Internal negativity, your inner critic. We've discussed challenging negative thoughts. Continue to be vigilant when that inner critic starts whispering doubts or harsh judgments. Recognize it, challenge it, and replace it with a more balanced or positive perspective. Don't let that negative voice dictate your mood or your actions. Protecting your mindset is crucial. Be mindful of what you're consuming, both in terms of information and social interactions, and how it affects you. You have the power to curate your environment to better support your positive outlook. Point 3. Seek support. Connect with others who are on a similar English learning journey and offer encouragement. Learning a language can sometimes feel like a solitary journey, but it doesn't have to be. Connecting with others who understand what you're going through can be incredibly beneficial for maintaining a positive mindset. Find your tribe. Look for fellow English learners either online or in your local community. This could be through language exchange apps, social media groups, conversation clubs, or classes. Share experiences, talking about your successes, your challenges, your frustrations, and your goals with people who get it can be very cathartic and encouraging. You'll realize you're not alone in your struggles. Offer encouragement. Supporting others is also a great way to boost your own positivity. When you encourage someone else, it reinforces positive attitudes in yourself. Celebrate their wins. Offer helpful tips if you can, and just be a source of support. Accountability partners. You might find a study buddy or an accountability partner. Knowing someone else is expecting you to show up or to have completed a certain task can be very motivating. A supportive network provides a safety net. When you're having a tough day or feeling demotivated, reaching out to your community can provide the encouragement and perspective you need to get back on track. And when you're feeling good, sharing that positivity can uplift others. It's a mutually beneficial relationship that strengthens everyone's resolve. So, there you have it, a deep dive into the incredible power of positive thinking on your journey to English fluency. We've explored why it matters, from reducing anxiety and boosting confidence to improving your very ability to learn. We've looked at how to cultivate an "I can do it" attitude by challenging negative thoughts, setting realistic goals, and celebrating your progress. We've armed you with positive self-talk techniques like affirmations and visualization, and shared practical daily tips and long-term strategies for maintaining that crucial positive mindset. Remember, your mindset is not fixed. It's a skill you can develop and strengthen over time, just like your English vocabulary or grammar. Choosing to cultivate a positive outlook is one of the most powerful decisions you can make for your learning success and for your overall well-being. It won't always be easy. There will be challenging days. But by consistently applying these principles, you can create an internal environment that supports, motivates, and empowers you to reach your English fluency goals. You have the power within you to not only learn English, but to enjoy the process and become a confident, effective communicator. Now, I have a question for you. What is one positive step you will take today or this week to boost your mindset for English learning? Share your commitment in the comments below. I'd love to read your ideas, and it might inspire someone else too. And, of course, if you found this video helpful and want more content on boosting your English skills and mindset, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. Sharing this video with other English learners you know would also be fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me today. Keep practicing, stay positive, and remember, you can do this. I believe in you. Until next time, take care and happy learning.